I also wanted to talk about this thing that I've noticed lately since a couple of sessions ago. So in Inner Dance, I talked with a facilitator about this. She had also started to do Inner Dance, but she said it was way too loosening for her, right? For me, the way I describe it, Inner Dance for me is like it's a very watery energy where you're disappearing into consciousness, where you're becoming aware of the maze of consciousness of all the puzzle pieces, and all the puzzle pieces are like being put in their place, and it's a very deep experience where you're transcending a lot, where you are experiencing a lot of altered state of consciousness. Now, with the other, with KAP, it's like there's a bonfire and you're being thrown in it and you're burning, you're releasing, and you're energized and you're active, and then you're cooling off, you're relaxing, you're shedding, you're burning or shedding old skin, and you're growing new skin, right? You're renewing. It feels like that to me. Now, I love KAP. I love it so much. But I also love Inner Dance. It was so funny when the facilitator told me, like, Inner Dance is not for me, because in Inner Dance, I'm immediately out of my body. It doesn't ground me. I need to be grounded. I like to be in the body. I don't want to, go into these high mental spaces and just fly away. Because to be in the body, to be grounded, is very important, so that the energy, your energy, and the energy of the universe can stream through you. Because if there's no embodiment, if there's no grounding, the energy can be very unpredictable, it can be unstable, and you may have like very unstable personalities, or very unstable behavior, or very unstable thinking, or use of energy. The more grounded you are, the more practical you can live, the more power you have to be responsible, right? Because responsibility is important in a way, because the more responsibility that you can take, the more free you are. So I wanted to talk about this thing that I discovered in Inner Dance. So a couple of sessions ago, I experienced that I was in my heart space. Like I was in the dimension of my heart space. And I just felt like if my consciousness, right? So let's say this room right now where I am in, right? That this room is my body, right? And this empty space, right? This is my inside. This is the emptiness inside of me, and the emptiness is self-aware. Now this self-aware emptiness, let's say that becomes self-aware only in the space of my heart, right? In the dimension of my heart, where there's where it has its own intelligence, its own structures, its own ways of behaving, of relating, beyond the human mind. Because the mind, it always contextualizes. It sees something and it creates a duality. Me and you. This is that, this is me. I can do this with that. I want this with this, and I don't want this with this. So it's contextualizing, it's relating, right? But the thing is, when your heart is open, when you're in your heart, and your heart relates, your heart is purely full of, well, it's empty, but it's full of an empty love, an unconditional love, which has an infinite source. And when it sees, it just sees beauty. It sees a feminine goddess. It sees a beautiful boy. It sees the beauty in everything, right? In everything, it recognizes itself, because it looks through the eyes of love. And what I noticed was, after the session, throughout my days, I would sometimes, whenever I would feel into my body, like I do this thing where I set up a timer, and every hour I just put a reminder, like, how do I feel in the body, just to become aware of how I feel. And every time that I feel my body, I felt like there was this new sensation in my chest. So I tuned into it, and I felt my heart space. felt that dimension. I felt it like in a new way, in a different way. Like if it was before, it was just sensations here. Now I can feel into it. And then I started to inquire in it. It's like, what is this heart space? What does it want? How does it work? And then I could inquire into it, and it would speak back to me. So all of a sudden, it's like I could just by sensing deep into my heart, into the infinite emptiness filled with love, I would sense, and I could inquire like, what do I want, or what do you think of it? And it's like a small voice would talk back to me. It's like its own intelligence would like say something back to me, like, do this, or do that, or say this, or say that. It's like my heart was speaking. And I know it sounds silly, but it's very irrational. It's very energetic, but it's real. and I feel it. I feel my heart flaring up, and I feel the emotion coming, and I feel the message coming out. And since that, I've become so much sensitive and so much more gentle to everything around me. I mean, this is something from, I don't know if it's from KAP or Inner Dance. I think it's from Inner Dance, but maybe it's all together. But to be honest, they all seem a bit alike, right? One is water energy, one is fire energy, but they contemplate each other. I love them. I love them all. So yeah, I'm discovering that. Like, I'm trying to use like my heart to guide me on my path, because I know there's the path of the mind and there's the path of the heart. And for most of my life, for 29 years, I used, no, let me be honest. For 25, 6, I've used the mind, right? And then I've used 2 or 3 years my heart to lead me. Yeah, my heart and my energies. Mostly my energies, but my heart, yeah, also my heart. And now I realize it's much more sensible to let my heart lead me now, because my heart will lead me to life. My mind will lead me to things, to objects, to achievements, to desires, to goals, to accomplishments. My heart will lead me to experiences, to redemption, love, surrender, absorption. Like, this is on this path, I feel it. It's a path of giving. This is a path of doing and taking. Man, I'm 30 years old and I'm only discovering this now. Can you imagine? Thank you so much for watching. You all enjoy happiness and the root of happiness.